Good morning. Please look around you and notice where the exits are located. Emergency personnel are on duty to assist you should the need arise. Please be seated. The candidates for degrees, within view of their families and other guests, are here assembled to be recognized for having stayed the course of academic rigor in accordance with the procedures and policies of North Carolina Central University. They are the honorees of the hour. Please join me in applauding them. I now declare our 106 commencements exercise open. It gives me great pleasure to present to you the Chancellor of North Carolina Central University, Dr. James H. Ammons.
Here now in the presence of the candidates for academic recognition, members of the faculty and administration, officials, alumni, honored guests, and friends. It is a distinct pleasure to be here today as we celebrate this milestone in American higher education, the 106th North Carolina Central University Commencement. We're here to honor the achievements and the promise of the members of the graduating class of December 2005. I would like to welcome you to this commencement ceremony, and now Reverend Michael Page will come forward for the meditation. Reverend Page.
Good morning. As you reflect upon the last few years of your journey here at North Carolina Central University, allow me to share with you a selection written by Byron Prickett entitled, "He Didn't Throw the Clay Away." Empty and broken, I came back to him, a vessel unworthy, so scarred from sin. But he did not despair. He started all over again. And I bless this day that he didn't throw the clay away. Over and over he molds me and he makes me into his likeness, and he fashions the clay. A vessel of honor I am today, all because the Creator didn't throw the clay away. He is the potter, I am the clay, and molded in his image he wants me to stay. Oh, but when I stumble, when I fall, and when my vessel breaks, he just picks up those pieces. He does not throw the clay away. Over and over he molds me and makes me into his likeness. He fashions the clay. A vessel of honor I am today, all because the Creator didn't throw the clay away. A vessel of honor you are today. It's all because he didn't throw the clay away. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Page. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Dr. Dudley E. Flood, member of the UNC Board of Governors and a graduate of North Carolina Central University, Mr. Jeffrey R. Davies, Vice President, University of North Carolina, and Attorney Cressy Thigpen, Chair of the NCCU Board of Trustees. They will now bring greetings.
Chancellor Ammons, distinguished platform associates, ladies and gentlemen who have come, and more particularly to the graduates. It is a deep honor for me to represent your Board of Governors in bringing you this greeting this morning. and to congratulate and commend you for the progress which you have made. And I would remind you that, based on my experience, having sat where you are sitting, graduation has some commonality to going to heaven in this regard. When one arrives at heaven, I'm told, he or she will have 3 surprises. First surprise is that you got there. You had no idea you would, knowing how you'd been. And graduation is much like this. There are those of you need not raise your hands, who are astonished that they're going to give you this parchment. And then the second surprise, I'm told, is that you will look around and see someone and you would say, how in the world did he get here? And graduation is no different than that, and please do not look around right now. But the third and most sober surprise is that you will be looking for someone who you were sure would have been here, and for whatever reason, they may not be. And for that, we find that regrettable. But we do commend you. We do honor you. And I'm very happy to ask you to join the ranks of those of us who have walked these hallowed grounds in making this a part of your legacy that you will never remember, you will never forget. Congratulations, and thank you for the achievement which you've made.
Good morning. I'm pleased to be here this morning and to bring you greetings on behalf of Molly Corbett Broad, the president of the University of North Carolina. It's a pleasure to join Chancellor Ammons and the other members of the Platform Party, as well as the faculty, staff, and all of the Friends of North Carolina Central University in offering our congratulations to you. In North Carolina, we've been providing higher education to students since 1795. North Carolina Central first opened its doors almost 100 years ago and has been educating students ever since. Today, enrollment at this institution is growing rapidly, almost 50% in the last 5 years. The physical appearance of the campus has been significantly improved, principally due to the support of the voters of North Carolina in passing the bond issue in 2000. And countless graduates have gone on to become important leaders and to make our world a better place. The reputation of this institution is strong and grows in strength each year. All of this is to say that as you receive your degree today, you've earned a degree that has great value, and that we're expecting that you will use your knowledge to make new discoveries and significant contributions to society. Today is a day in which we applaud your personal achievement and recognize your individual commitment and effort. As you go through this day, think of those that have helped you reach this goal, especially your friends and your family that are here with you today. The investment made by the state of North Carolina was made with the belief that you will spend your life in North Carolina, that you will be our leaders, and that you will repay this debt by ensuring that our economy is strong and that this state is a great place to live. So it's your responsibility to pursue your goals, realize your potential, and give back to all of those that have provided you with this tremendous opportunity. Today, we honor each of you in the accomplishment of your dream, one attained through hard work and perseverance, and we offer our sincere congratulations. Thank you.
Dr. Flood, fellow members of the Board of Trustees, Chancellor Ammons, Dr. Dyson, distinguished guests, parents, friends, and most especially members of the class of 2005. On behalf of the North Carolina Central University Board of Trustees, we are honored to have you on our campus today during this auspicious occasion. In the spirit of the holiday season, we celebrate knowing that the gifts of intellect and hard work have culminated in the diplomas our graduates will receive today. Aristotle once said, "Education is an ornament in prosperity and a refuge in adversity." You entered North Carolina Central University looking for a prosperous future, and for many of you, this will come to fruition. Adversity visits all of us and strengthens those of us who heed its hard lessons. It is the education that you have received and the support from your parents, professors, friends, and classmates which make you truly prosperous. Take pride in your education and use it so that others will find their refuge within you. We salute your accomplishments at North Carolina Central University. We applaud your achievements, and we challenge you to keep your minds engaged, your hearts fulfilled, and may you use both in finding opportunities to build a better tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Ms. Deandra Dede S. Ramsey, Senior Class President, and Ms. Evita Dindy of the Graduate Students Association. They will bring greetings on behalf of the undergraduate class and the graduate class. Ms. Ramsey.
Good morning. To the members of the Board of Trustees, Chancellor Ammons, Provost Jones, the Vice Chancellors, Deans, faculty and staff, our distinguished guest, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson, friends of the community, family and friends of the graduates, and a special greetings to the graduating seniors of Class 2005. It is a great privilege to stand before you today. This academic year, the Senior Class Council and I made it our mission that each of you was to be informed on what it took to get you here today. We hope that we are of some service and in your last semester of your undergraduate career. Each of you has taken part in one of the best semesters in this university's history. We began by commemorating this year our 95th anniversary and the legacy of Dr. James E. Shepherd and his vision of truth and service. We were also exposed to such guests as Dr. Cornel West, Minister Louis Farrakhan, and now to end the semester and the year with Dr. Michael Eric Dyson. We began our athletics with this semester by winning the Eagle Aggie Classic. And Homecoming Week 2005 was one of the best homecomings in a long time. We are also CIAA champions in women's cross country, volleyball, and football. You also witnessed the vote that was made by the Board of Trustees to move to NCAA Division I. So graduates, be cognizant of the fact that as you sit before us today, this university expects no less than your best once you depart. We expect to see our next CEO of a multi-million-dollar company, possible small business owners, our next chancellor of this university, or even political figures. Marshall Evans once said, and I quote, "Working hard overcomes a whole lot of other obstacles. You can have unbelievable intelligence, you can have connections, and you can have opportunities fall out of the sky. But in the end, true endurance is the best characteristic of successful people." So on the behalf of the Student Government Association and the Senior Class Council, I would like to say congratulations and a job well done. You are now more than ever prepared to face and compete with the world that lies ahead of you. Wherever life takes you, remember to bring it home to your alma mater, North Carolina Central University. Each of you has triumphed over numerous obstacles, and it only proves, as Dr. Helen Edmonds once stated, that an eagle is no common, ordinary barnyard fowl. Best wishes in all your endeavors, and thank you.
Good morning. Giving honor to Chancellor Ammons, Provost Jones, and to all of our platform guests, including Dr. Dyson, I would like to share with you all a quote that may summarize the sentiment of myself as well as my fellow graduate students. Happiness is not a voyage. Happiness is a destination. There is no better time to be happy than now. So let's live and enjoy the moment. So on behalf of my fellow graduate students, I would like to welcome all the parents, grandparents, siblings, and all the hosts of other family members and friends that have joined us to celebrate such a joyous occasion. Thank you.
As always, I'm happy to recognize our platform guests and other guests who are seated in the audience. Again, I want to recognize Dr. Dudley Flood, member of the Board of Governors, Mr. Jeff Davies, and thank you all so much for being here representing the Office of the President and the Board of Governors. Again, our Chair, Attorney Cressy Thigpen, Chair of our Board of Trustees, Trustee Kay Thomas, Trustee Ed Stewart. Thank you all for joining us this morning. Administrators and members of the Chancellor's Cabinet, Dr. Beverly Washington Jones, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Ms. Susan Hester, Interim Vice Chancellor for Institutional Advancement, Mr. Charles O'Doer, Vice Chancellor for Financial Affairs, Mr. Roland Gaines, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs, Attorney Kay Webb, Special Assistant to the Chancellor for Legal Affairs, Dr. Caesar Jackson, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Benjamin Newhouse, Dean of the School of Business, Dr. Cecilia Stepp Jones, Dean of the School of Education, Attorney Raymond Pierce, Dean of the School of Law, Dr. Irene Owens, Dean of the School of Library and Information Sciences, Dr. Percy Murray, Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Tan Nguyen, Interim Dean of the University College, and Ms. Viola Williams, Interim Director of the Shepherd Library. Ms. Deborah Torres, Chair of the Employee Senate, Ms. Joycelyn Foy, Interim Registrar, and Ms. Kawanda Merritt, Ms. NCCU. Our faculty marshals, Dr. Vinston Goldman and Dr. Pauletta Bracey. We have some special guests who are here with us this morning, and I want to begin by introducing the wife of our speaker, Ms. Marcia Dyson, and her sister, Dr. Sunyi Nee Madison. Will you all please stand? Here they are up here. And also the First Lady of the University, my wife, Mrs. Judy Ammons. Sitting next to her is former Chancellor of NCCU, Dr. Leroy Walker. And now, will the parents of our graduates please stand? And will the spouses of our graduates please stand? All other relatives and friends of our graduates who are here. If there are other members of the Board of Governors who are here, will you please stand? Other members of the Board of Governors, other members of the Board of Trustees, or former trustees. Mr. Robert Williams is here. And all elected officials, federal, state, and local officials who are here, will you please stand this morning? Members of the Reverend Clergy, will you please stand? Retired faculty, staff, and administrators, members of the Retirees Association, if you are here, will you please stand? And our current faculty, staff, and administrators. And we applaud you this morning for the outstanding work that you have done. NCCU students who are here this morning, will you all please stand? NCCU alumni, and all other friends and supporters of North Carolina Central University, we want to thank you for being here this morning as well. And now we will have a selection by the University Choir, The Battle of Jericho, the University Choir.
Joshua fit the battle of Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho. Joshua, the battle of Jericho, the battle of Jericho, the battle of Jericho, the battle was from the laying down. The battle of Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho. Joshua, the battle of Jericho, the battle of Jericho, the battle of Jericho, the battle of Jericho. The battle was won from the laying down. The battle of Jericho, Joshua fit the battle of Jericho. Talk about your King of Gideon. Talk about your midnight storm. One day like the old Joshua and the battle of Jericho. That morning, Joshua, the battle of Jericho, the battle of Jericho, the battle of Jericho, Joshua, the battle of Jericho. The battle was won from the laying down. The battle of Jericho, Joshua fit the battle of Jericho. Right up to the walls of Jericho, he must be spirit high. Everyone Joshua cried. The battle I made my hand. God Almighty, in the battle she fought against the world. The battles of hell against the world. Joshua commanded the shout, and the walls come tumbling down. Oh Lord, you know the Joshua fit the battle, yes, the battle of Jericho.
It is now my honor to introduce our speaker for this morning, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson. the Avalon Foundation Professor in Humanities and Professor of Religious Studies and Africana Studies at the University of Pennsylvania. Dr. Dyson previously taught at DePaul University, Chicago Theological Seminary, the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, Columbia University, and Brown University. He is a scholar, an ordained Baptist minister, author, lecturer, contributing writer for the Philadelphia Magazine, and a frequent guest on the nation's leading cultural and political television shows. The former church pastor was a teen father on welfare in his native Detroit before starting college at the age of 21. He is author of several books, including Holla If You Hear Me, Searching for Tupac Shakur, and Race Rules, Navigating the Color Line. He also has published Why I Love Black Women, a national bestseller that won the 2004 NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Nonfiction Literary Work. His book, I May Not Get There With You, The True Martin Luther King Jr., was also a national bestseller and nominated for the NAACP Image Award. Dr. Dyson, who was named by Essence magazine as one of the 50 most inspiring African Americans, earned his bachelor's degree from Carson Newman College and his master's and doctoral degrees from Princeton University in religion. He has combined the most rigorous habits of scholarly investigation with the crucial insights of urban Black popular culture and emerged as one of the foremost luminaries in his generation. He is married to Marcia Dyson, and they are the proud parents of 3 children, Michael, Mesha, and Mawata. Please join me in welcoming our speaker for this morning, Dr. Michael Eric Dyson.
To Chancellor Ammons, to the distinguished faculty and members of the board of this distinguished institution, to the graduates of 2005, to the parents and to the august members of this audience, to you, my brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, good morning. It is an honor to be here at NCCU for this wonderful and extraordinary opportunity to celebrate the graduation of the best and the brightest. Chancellor Ammons slipped me a note to say he forgot one other category to be celebrated and identified this morning. Will all the baby mamas and daddies stand up as well? I ain't gonna be long, but I want to celebrate your extraordinary achievements and to celebrate Chancellor Ammons and all of the faculty and all of the distinguished alumni and alumnus and all of the distinguished administrators of this institution for helping you to achieve this high honor and this milestone. I want to reflect very briefly today upon what it takes in order to be a successful and significant member of our community. There are many rare opportunities in this life, but one of the ones that I always enjoy is coming to a historically Black college or university. And this is one of the most distinguished in the nation. When you think about the National Merit Scholars who have come to this school, only behind Morehouse and Howard, and leading the nation in such academic pursuits, we think about the fact that often HBCUs are marginalized or peripheralized, and yet we know they continue to produce most of the professionals in African American communities and extensive numbers of brothers and sisters outside of the ranks of African American culture. So you ain't got to hang your head low. You ought to stand high with your spine stretched out in acknowledgement of your extraordinary achievement. And for the imagination of your chancellor and others to have West, Farrakhan, and Dyson in the same semester, that's awful courageous and kind of brave. When I think about what it takes then to be a successful member of our culture and our nation, I think of the word commitment. You're graduating here today not to swell your pockets nor your head, not simply to stack chips or get cheddar. For those outside of the ranks of the hip-hop, that's to accumulate wealth at an extraordinary rate. You're not here simply to have sterling academic credentials, though that's critical. You're not here simply to accumulate enough cultural capital to be able to deploy your influence in ways that intimidate others. You are here because you are part of a long train of destiny. You are the latest car in that train. Understand the history that produced you. So often we have historical amnesia and historical myopia. We're short-sighted. We don't understand that we stand on the shoulders of giants. We rest on the spines of those who got down low so we could rise up high. So you are not here this morning because you are history-less. You are not here this morning because you're so cute and fine or yellow. Good hair, bourgeois Negro, upstanding member. You might be all that, and I'm glad you are. If you're yellow and bourgeois Negro, be proud of that, but don't be proud of that because you're yellow and bourgeois Negro and got, quote, good hair. What's good hair? Good hair is when you put it in place, it stays in place. That's good hair. Whatever your color. And you know, that's what I like about black people. If we can be light, bright, and almost white, we can be dark as the bark, chocolate charming, caramel cuteness. That's the range. That's what we got. Everything you want, we got it. But don't rest on the laurels of biological features over which you exercise no control. Exercise a commitment then to the people who produced you and those who are coming behind you. And so often younger people don't give recognition to folk they see got gray hair. They think, you know, if I was back during that day, I would have broke them off proper. I'd have handled my business. You'd have been dead. We would have had your funeral. We would have gone on to the next person. Right? Because you don't understand what kind of sacrifice those people who got called aunt and uncle after they were 75, and before that they were boy and mama, grandmama, they were auntie, they would get called by their first name. You don't know that suffering. You don't know what it means to have to drive somewhere and can't stop to use the bathroom, and now your bladder is ruined. You don't understand what it means for people to look down on you. You got a PhD, they ain't been to college, they ain't even graduated from high school, and looking down on you. You don't understand what that might mean. You don't understand what it means to live in a white supremacist society where despite your intelligence and your authority and your authenticity and your dignity, folk wasn't even checking for you, didn't even realize you existed. You still had to go to the back of the bus. You still had to go to the back of the hotel. You still couldn't get in the front door. I don't care how fine and significant and how elevated you were. Don't misunderstand that your opportunity rests upon the sacrifice and the shedding of blood by those who made it possible to do what you're doing. Yeah, you got your education, and we ought to be glad for that, but don't act like that gonna make you better than somebody else automatically. Sometimes people got good sense, they ain't been to school. Don't get me wrong, I ain't against school. Please go to school. We ain't trying to celebrate the LFI ignorance. Please, no. You know, some of us believe that, you know, the more education you got, the more evil you are. I've met some perfectly ignorant, evil people. It ain't about your credentials, what you do with it. Like they asked that brother one time, thought they was going to trick him because he hadn't gone to school. Say, how many seconds in the year? He said 12. I said, 12 seconds? January 2nd, February 2nd. Brother, he answered the question. Then they thought they was going to trip him up real good. They say, well, what's God's name? Oh, we got him now. He said, Howard. Howard? Yeah. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. So don't think you got it all now. Always listen to those folk who got something to tell you. Don't be looking down your nose at folk because you're standing high. And don't get me wrong, I want you to stand higher. If you're getting a bachelor's, get a master's. If you're getting a master's, get a PhD. If you're getting a PhD, go for postgraduate. If you're postgraduate, go on beyond that. Keep learning. But you have to be committed because we're facing a terrible, awful predicament as people of color and others who are graduating this morning, conscientious white brothers and sisters, Native Americans, Latinos, Asian American brothers and sisters, wherever you are. You've come to this historically black college and university, and you came here partly because of the experience of being around some beautiful, brilliant black folk. Right? And the reality is we live in a world of Katrina, where black folk got left behind, where black folk who were poor couldn't make it out. They weren't stupid, stubborn, or lazy. They didn't have no ride. They didn't have no shawl. They didn't have no machine. They didn't have no car. And they got left behind, and your job is not to leave them behind. Your job is to remember those poor black people and Latino people and poor white people and poor Native Americans and those people who are marginal, those people who can't, not because they don't have the desire, but who can't rise up because they haven't had the opportunity you have. Don't leave them behind. Don't be on a golf course somewhere or at the gym somewhere at the San Diego Park as the Secretary of Defense was looking at a ball game, or Condoleezza Rice buying some Manolo Blahniks while her black people were drowning in the Gulf Coast. What good is it if you're Secretary of State, you can't help nobody who in the neighborhood who trying to be what you trying to be? Don't expect because you got up there high in the Bush administration, you done made it. If you can't help us, you're no help to us, you're no help to us, then you are not fulfilling your obligation as a person of color. Amnesia and nostalgia is a terrible cocktail. And some of us got that. We forget where we came from and we get nostalgic about where we emerged from. And so what you got to do then is to be committed to those folk who were revealed in Katrina to be the poor. This is why I wrote my book on Bill Cosby. I know he didn't give a whole bunch of money. That's beautiful. But you ain't got no right to put your foot on somebody's neck because they poor. They can't holler back at you. They ain't no holler back people. They ain't got no Gwen Stefani single. That's for the young people, don't worry. They ain't no holler back people, but they can't go on Nightline and respond to you. You mean we've been asking you for 40 years to speak about race and the first thing out your mouth is to assault poor black people? The Jell-O and the pudding pop? Oh, I know a lot of y'all agree with Cosby. Don't get me twisted. Yeah, black people ought to take care of their kids. Everybody should take care of their kids, not just poor black folk. My Bible tells me to whom much has been given, much is required. Don't start with the poor folk. Start with the rich people whose kids is messed up. Start with Paris Hilton. What's her excuse? She a millionaire hoe. And the question is, if I had time, I'd break that down. Secondly, not only must you be committed, you got to be creative. That means when you get creative, you got to learn to use what God gave you. And that's what I love about hip-hop. I love hip-hop because hip-hop is creative. I love black folk because they give their kids creative names. Shaniqua, Taliqua, Lisa with 2 S's and an A-E. I love black people. I met a sister the other day. I said, what's your name? She said, Shalaya. I said, your mama done messed up Sheila. Didn't know how to spell it, didn't it? She said, yeah. Look at Oprah. Where'd that name come from? What they messed it up on? Orpah? People spelled it wrong. That's how Negroes do. Oh, but Mr. Cosby and others, it ain't the Negro's name, Shanae, I'm worried about. Oh, Pookie might steal your car. But Clarence gonna write a judgment against you on the Supreme Court that's gonna last about 150 years. Where did Condoleezza get that name? Condoleezza? I love her. She's brilliant. She's intelligent. She's articulate. I disagree with her politically about 102 things she say per year out of 101 I disagree with. But the point is, yeah, we know she's intelligent and articulate. Where'd she get that name from? Condoleezza, right? Her mama was a musician. That's an Italian musical signature. That's like naming your kid Basso Profondo. That's how black people do it. We get creative. If your name is Akua, your name is Wednesday. Black people who are Africans name their kids after the days of the week, after the months of the year. They name their kids after the circumstances of their birth. Some of their kids back in slavery were named Hard Times. Some of y'all probably named Hard Time too. Mama just don't want to tell you. Black people name their kids after everything they want and can't have. Lexus, Mercedes, Alizé, Cristal, good loving, whatever you can't have and you looking for. Black folk will name their kids after their desire. But it ain't just what you name your kids, it's what's on the inside of your kids. It's what you give them. It's the sense of creativity that they have a reign over. So don't be restricted by the bigotry of somebody who laughs at your name. Your name could be Shaquille O'Neal. And you could be a ball player, Keyshawn Johnson. You could be a ball player, Oprah. You could be the richest woman and certainly black woman in the history of the world, Condoleezza. You could be the Secretary of State. Whatever your name is and the creativity black folk gave to you, let that be a symptom of the internal creativity that you ought to have in solving problems in the world in which we live. That's why I love hip-hop, but my hip-hop is probably older than y'all hip-hop. You young people out on the Young Jeezy, Yin Yang Twins. Well, I don't know what y'all doing now. 50 cent, half a dollar. See, I like that old school stuff. Y'all don't know nothing about that. About Nas when he first started. Y'all don't know nothing about that. It's only right that I was born to use mics, and the stuff that I write is even tougher than dice. I'm taking rapping to a new plateau through rap slow. My rhyming is a vitamin hell without a capsule. A smooth criminal on beat breaks. Never put me in your box if your ish eats tape. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Y'all don't know nothing about Rakim the God MC. Standing by the speaker, suddenly I had a fever. Was it me or either? Summer madness. Because I just can't stand around, so I get closer, and the closer I get, the better it sounds. My mind starts to activate, rhymes collaborate, because when I heard the beat, I just had to make something from the top of my head. So I fell into the groove of the wax, and I said, how can I move the crowd? First of all, ain't no mistakes allowed. Like my man Common. I know y'all don't be checking for Common. It's a war going on. You can't fake being a soldier in the basement listening to tapes of Ultramagnetic, to the fact the Messiah is black. Turn the TV down. We can take it higher than that. I wonder if these whack people know that they're tired, that they realize that they're whack, and they're the reason my people say they tired of rap. Listen to Talib Kweli. These cats drink champagne, toast death and pain like slaves on a ship bragging about they got the flyest chain. Listen to Mos Def, not Miss Fat, you know, not that. You can laugh and criticize Michael Jackson if you want to. Woody Allen molested and married his stepdaughter. Same press kicking dirt on Michael's name show Woody and Sunya at the playoff game. Now sit back and think about that. Would he get the same dap if his name was Woody Black? OJ acquitted by a jury of his peers. They've been messing with that brother for the last 10 years. Is it fair? Is it equal? Is it just? Is it right? Do we do the same thing if the defendant's face is white? White boys doing it well as success. I start doing it well as suspect. They say they want you successful, but then they make it stressful. You start keeping pace. They start changing up the tempo. Well, apply that same creativity. I know you did in school. Don't learn all them rap lyrics and just be dumb about other stuff. Don't learn all that hip hop and don't even go to school. And then after you go to school, just drop out. Use that creativity in other arenas of your life. Don't get in the door and close it behind you because you want to be the only Negro. Figure out another way to let a ladder down and help somebody else. You see, that's the problem I got with all these affirmative action Negroes who go across that bridge but want to burn it when they get over it, who let down the ladder to help them up, and then they want to tear down the rungs when they get on top of it. I'm telling you, if you're black, if you're white, if you're Latino or Native American or Asian, if you're poor, if you come from what is called the undermost and the underneath and the gutter, and you rise up, don't close the door behind you. Open up the door and give somebody else an opportunity. Be creative about that. And then finally, before I take my seat, be courageous. Don't be safe. Don't be safe. Oh, take a chance. Be like your chancellor. Take a risk. Don't be no safe Negroes. I got a degree. I got bank accounts. I've got kids and grandkids. I've got to accumulate wealth to perpetuate a legacy of self-sufficiency so that we can organize capital in a rational sense. Don't be that. Be courageous. Take a stand. Help somebody when it doesn't help you. Help somebody when it might cost you your reputation. Help somebody who ain't just in your family. And if Katrina revealed anything to us, we ought to be helping each other, because we know the government ain't gonna help nobody. Right? And you see, one writer said, well, when the government helps us, we shouldn't be ashamed. If we own the government for the people, government help is government self-help. Self-help is government help. So what you got to understand is that you got to be courageous enough to call upon the powers that be to defend those who are vulnerable. And sometimes you got to take stands that make you uncomfortable. Sometimes you got to say stuff even your fellow black folk don't want to hear, because you got to tell the truth. You got to speak truth to power and the powerless. You got to elevate consciousness. You got to atone for sin. You got to create structures of accountability. And you got to get in somebody's face and say, we got to be courageous enough to say something. If you become a United States Senator, don't use that perch to just get along with folks so you won't be a problem. Use it creatively and courageously. If you're a member of Congress, don't just get up in there to vote because you're going to vote with folk who look like you and be like you. Use it as a platform to tell the truth about somebody else. If you're a CEO of a major corporation, if you become a lawyer, professor, a doctor, don't just rest on your laurels. Be courageous. Expand opportunity. Speak truth to power and say what Kanye West, it looked like to me with Katrina, the president didn't care about poor black folk. Now, we ain't talking about George Bush. Personally, we don't know him. I'm sure if he lived next door to you, he'd help you take your trash out. We're talking about the political persona, the public personality of George Bush. We're talking about the face of the government. How do I know this? In the hurricane that came to Florida a couple years ago, he was out there giving away checks himself. They overpaid. FEMA gave more money down in Florida, Republican, white, and rich. Don't you be twisted. Don't you get it messed up. You be courageous and you use what God gave you to help somebody else and to defend them. That's why you ought to stand against homophobia. You looking at somebody because of their sexual orientation. Oh, don't get it twisted. That could be your mama. Could be your daddy. Could be your uncle. Could be your cousin and them. They gay, you don't know it. Then you found out they gay. Now you got a problem with them. They gay money, you didn't mind taking their gay money. You didn't mind taking their gay advice. You didn't mind getting their gay love. Now you found out they're gay. What they do with theirs don't determine what you do with yours. You keep on pressing forward and recognize that God used a gay vehicle to make you happy in life, and you ought to be thankful to that. Get out of your religious bigotry against people who are gay. Without James Baldwin, you wouldn't be sitting here. Without Bayard Rustin, you wouldn't be sitting here. Without Barbara Smith, you wouldn't be sitting here. Without Audre Lorde, you wouldn't be sitting here. Challenge your own bigotry from within. Challenge your bigotry toward young people. Don't damn them. Don't dismiss them. Don't degrade them. Don't denigrate them. Help them up. And then when you can help them, they can stop being profane because you've examined their profane situation. I'm going to take my seat, but finally, don't be dogging women. One of the most intelligent things you can do as a graduate is understand the beauty, the power, the dignity of our women. Without women, where would we be this morning? See, I ain't gonna lie. Back in my generation, we used to beg women. I know y'all, y'all can't sit and bend today. I can't see them coming down my eyes. I'll make the words of the song cry. Jigger. I used to beg. Ain't too proud to beg. Sweet darling. Y'all don't know nothing about that. Please don't leave me, girl. Don't you go. We begged them. Chancellor Ammons and I, we used to beg. That's how we did it. Then we get the girl, she make us lose our mind. Have you seen her? Tell me, have you seen her? I see her face as the cold wind blows on the street, even at the picture show. Have you seen her? Why, oh why, did she have to leave and go away? Oh, I've been used to having some. Now where you at? Now I'm lost at the mall. Where am I? I'm lost. Then the girl, make us see things, become a stalker. We didn't care. Each day through my window, I watch her. Wait a minute, you watching her every day? Call the police. Then she started making us see things. We didn't mind saying it. Today I saw somebody who looked just like you. She walked like, guess what? I thought it was you. But what happened? As she turned the corner, Shanae! And then y'all young people bragging about the ice you got. That ain't how you get no woman. Tell her what you ain't got. When you're in the center ring and their lines don't mean a thing, why don't you? That's too old for y'all. Now I don't wear look at there. I don't even know a song to sing. Then we start speaking in tongues. Get Pentecostal. La, 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 la. Look at there. Huh? See, if we met the girl yesterday, what we singing the next day? Always and forever. That's how we did it. Not what y'all got. You remind me of my Jeep. I want to ride just something like my sound. Oh, no, bruh. That ain't how we did it. But see, that's all right. That's why I love strong, intelligent women. That's why I love powerful, insightful women. Without them, we wouldn't be where we are. You think Harriet Tubman wasn't a strong woman? What did you think Harriet said? Excuse me, there's a little underground railroad, and we want you guys to come along. By gee golly whiz, come on. That ain't what she said. She said, be here tonight at 8:30, and don't be late. Then we showed up. Then some of us changed our mind. Miss Tubman, I done changed my mind, but I was not going to tell nobody. Oh, I know you won't. She didn't care. She'll kill you dead. She got a Bible in one hand, a gun in the other. She'll pray for you or pray on you. Didn't make her no difference. Then she had to cold cock some of them, knock them out. Pow! You thought it started with LL Cool J? Mama said knock you out. Then they woke up, where I is, Negro, you're free. That's where you are. That's what we do. That's what you got to keep doing. Peace.
Dr. Dyson, for that outstanding, powerful, inspirational message. I want to present to you this morning the Chancellor's Award, presented to Dr. Michael Eric Dyson, Avalon Foundation Professor in Humanities, University of Pennsylvania, for serving as speaker during the 106th Commencement at North Carolina Central University, the Chancellor's Award. Thank you. Thank you so much. And now at this time, we wish to recognize a family by presenting them also with the Chancellor's Award for having had 3 or more children graduate from North Carolina Central University. Will Mr. and Mrs. Mills, Larry and Rachel Mills, please come to the podium? Today, Mr. and Mrs. Mills will have had 3 children to graduate from NCCU. Larissa Raquel Mills, May of 2004, BS in Community Health Education. Jamia Cherie Mills, May 2005, BS in Computer Information Systems, magna cum laude. And today, Andrea Janelle Mills, BA in History, cum laude. Mr. and Mrs. Mills, congratulations. And I want to present to you the Chancellor's Award presented to Larry and Rachel Mills for the inspiration and motivation you gave your children in their quest for educational accomplishment, and for instilling in them the high qualities that culminated in 3 graduating from North Carolina Central University. Congratulations.
Okay. Thank you, Chancellor. I'm very happy, as you can tell. He didn't say, I'm a 1980 graduate of North Carolina Central University. I'd just like to congratulate all the graduates and their parents and the faculty and staff for doing such a great job with all of our children.
Okay, again, to the Mills family, congratulations. I mean, what a great Christmas present. And now we will have another selection by the University Choir, a jubilant song directed by Mr. Grover Wilson, Jr.
lightning, 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 lightning. My soul it does like lightning, 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 lightning. Listen to our jubilant song. Listen to our jubilant song. For we sing to the joys of you and the joy of a glad life beaming day. Listen to our jubilant song. For we sing, for we sing, for we sing, for we sing to the joys of life and you and the joy of a glad life beaming day. Oh, 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 our spirit sings. Oh, our spirit sings. Our jubilant song that is a life full of music, a life full of concord, a music, a life full of harmony, harmony. We sing prophetic joys. We sing prophetic joys of lofty ideals, lofty ideals. We sing our universal love, awakening in our hearts of men. We sing prophetic joy. We sing of lofty ideals. We sing of love, awaking in hearts of men, a universal love. To have life, a poem of new joys, a poem of new joys, to shout, 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 to dance, to shout and leap, to dance and exalt, shout and leap. Oh, to realize space and flying clouds. Oh, to realize space, the sun and moon. Oh, to be rulers of life. Oh, to be rulers of destiny, of life, of destiny, and of life, life. La 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 la. La 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 Listen to our song. The joy of our spirit, the joy of our spirit is unfailing. Listen
Professor Wilson and the University Choir, thank you so much. And now, all students who are graduating with honors will now be recognized. Dr. Beverly Washington Jones, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, will now come forward.
Will all students graduating with honors please stand? North Carolina Central University is very proud to congratulate all of its graduates and to offer gratitude to all who have made this day a momentous occasion for them. We pause now to especially to recognize those students who have excelled academically, placing them in a special classification of honor students. To you, honor students, we thank you for your high academic achievement. We celebrate that achievement as yet another means to inspire those who follow you to fulfill the essential purpose of higher education. From its beginning as the National Religious Training School in Chautauqua, this institution has grown tremendously, but has held to its primary mission of academic excellence and education for service. It is your good fortune to be here today as beneficiaries of a legacy of vision, sacrifice, and achievement. Again, congratulations on your outstanding academic performance, and may you continue to soar high with eagles, for no one can predict to what heights that you can and will soar. Congratulations.
Congratulations. The honorary degree will now be conferred, and I would like to ask Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Beverly Washington Jones, and the Chair of our Board of Trustees, Attorney Cressy Thigpen, to please come forward.
Chancellor Ammons, the Board of Trustees of North Carolina Central University hereby authorizes you to confer the honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, upon Dr. Michael Eric Dyson. Dr. Michael Eric Dyson.
Dr. Michael Eric Dyson is one of the most versatile intellectuals of our time, a renowned scholar and teacher, best-selling author, and celebrated social critic. You are the Avalon Foundation Professor in the Humanities and Professor of Religious Studies and Africana Studies at the University of Pennsylvania. You have earned the highest academic credentials from your magna cum laude graduation from Carson Newman College at the bachelor's level to your master's and PhD degree from Princeton University. You have taught with distinction as Professor of Communications at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, Columbia University, Brown University, Chicago Theological Seminary, and at DePaul University, where you served as the Ida B. Wells Barnett University Professor. You have written highly and acclaimed books and journal articles and presented incisive public addresses. You have focused the nation's attention on the topics as diverse as cultural criticism, race theory, religious thought, hip-hop culture, philosophical reflection, social classes, and gender. In writings that include Race Rules, Navigation the Cover Line, reflecting Black African American cultural criticism, Between God and Gangster Rap, and Why I Love Black Women. You have focused your ideas on the younger generation and on the social obstacles facing the Black poor in America, thus giving them a voice in American priorities, especially in the best-selling book, Is Bill Cosby Right, or Has the Black Middle Class Lost Its Mind? You have won numerous awards for your leadership in the public debate concerning the challenges facing the African Americans in today, including the National Magazine Award from the National Association of Black Journalists. You are a man of letters, an ordained Baptist minister, and a renowned media commentator on the cultural and political issues of our time. You have participated on the national television programs and have written for leading publications, including the Philadelphia Magazine, Christian Century, Vive, the New York Times, Emerge, The Nation, Rolling Stone, and many others. And you have earned the designation from Essence Magazine as one of the nation's 50 most inspiring African Americans, and from the Philadelphia Inquirer as a major American thinker and cultural critic. In recognition of your courage to enter into the intellectual and social controversies of our time, and because of the integrity you demonstrate in the public arena, North Carolina Central University is proud to confer upon you the degree, Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, this day, the 17th day of December 2005.
And Dr. Dyson, by the authority vested in me by the North Carolina Central University Board of Trustees and the University of North Carolina Board of Governors, I do hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. North Carolina Central University, Durham, North Carolina, to whom these presents may come, greeting. Be it known that in recognition of distinguished attainment, we have this day conferred upon Michael Eric Dyson the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, with all the rights, privileges, and honors thereunto appertaining, in testimony whereof we have subscribed our names and caused the seal of the university to be affixed at Durham, North Carolina, this 17th day of December, 2005. Cressy Thigpen, Jr., Chair of the Board of Trustees, James H. Ammons, Chancellor. Congratulations. Graduate and professional degrees will now be conferred. Dr. Beverly Washington Jones, please come forward.
Chancellor Ammons, it is my pleasure to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for degrees by successfully completing curricula offered by several graduate and professional schools of North Carolina Central University and have been certified by the registrar and recommended by the faculty and the Board of Trustees to be awarded the appropriate degrees in our graduate area. With the summa cum laude candidates for the degree of Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Public Administration, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Library Science, Master of Information Science, and Juris Doctorate, please stand and remain standing. Would the magna cum laude candidates in those same degree programs stand and remain standing? Would the cum laude candidates in those same degree programs stand and remain standing? Would all other candidates for the same degree programs please stand and remain standing? Chancellor Ammons, it is my pleasure that I present to you these candidates who have successfully completed all the requirements for graduation in their respective academic programs. They have been certified by the registrar, approved by the faculty and the Board of Trustees, and now commended to you for conferral of the graduate degrees in the Master of Arts, Master of Science, Master of Public Administration, Master of Business Administration, Master of Education, Master of Library Science, Master of Information Science, and Juris Doctorate.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the North Carolina Central University Board of Trustees and the University of North Carolina Board of Governors, I do hereby confer upon you the degree for which you have qualified, with all honors, privileges, responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations. Please be seated.
Chancellor Ammons, it is my pleasure at this point to introduce Dr. Percy Murray, Dean of our Graduate Studies Program and Area. Dr. Murray will introduce each dean.
Good morning. To our graduates, let me introduce your deans to you. Dr. Caesar Jackson, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Benjamin Newhouse, Dean of the School of Business, Dr. Cecilia Stepp-Jones, Dean of the School of Education, Dr. Irene Owens, Dean of the School of Library and Information Sciences, Attorney Raymond Pierce, Dean of the School of Law, will announce the candidates for graduate and professional degrees in their respective college or school. These candidates will be hooded by Dr. Bernice Johnson and Dr. Carlton Wilson.
Will the candidates for the Master of Arts, the Master of Public Administration, and the Master of Science please stand and move to the podium? Dr. Linda Norflet and Ms. Minnie Ford will call the names of the students.
Ladessa E. Pearson. Are you Anita? Anita J. Holloway. April R. Little. Shayna A. Waits. Diana D. Lee. Raven N. Gore. Stacy R. Poston. Anna E. Moore. Leslie A. Roseborough. Thomasine R. Stewart. Carolyn E. Hester. Bonet L. Rogers. Patrice M. Featherstone. Tamisha D. Jacobs. Nichelle A. Cole. Lakeishan L. Miller. LaCrystal D. Sanders. Kenya T. Barber. Crystal T. Mason Cates. Shalika E. Ealy. Melvin O. Upata. Adrena Karen Bailey. Kun A. Woyi. Kendra Renee Edwards.
Congratulations. Please be seated.
Would the candidates for the degree Master of Business Administration please stand and move to the platform? Dr. Mary Phillips, Associate Dean, will call the names.
Nicole Hockaday. Magna Galamundi. Manjanot Sashari Ryle. Damon Hunt. Michael Dixon.
Congratulations. Please be seated.
Good morning. Will the candidates for the Master of Arts in Teaching, Master of Education, and Master of School Administration please stand and move to the podium? The names will be called by the Associate Dean for Graduate Programs, Dr. Diane Scott.
Sheila L. Harrell. Linda B. Evans. Nicola M. King. Heather K. Bear. Queen Y. McRae, Karima Majette, Aaron H. Edwards, Bernadette V. Garland, Jamie L. McLean, Yvette M. Sutherland, Nicole L. Ellis, Kendra D. Smith, Lena L. Gibbs, Joanne D. Butts, Auburn Mercedes Dawson Bodie, Wadsinta Good Tucker, Evita C. Dendy, Rashida Crank, Jarena S. Campbell, Patrice L. Graham, Shathetta T. Day, Andrea J. Nance, Lee Katie Shepard,
Congratulations. You may be seated.
Good morning. Will the candidates for the Master of Library Science and Master of Information Science please stand and move to the podium? Your names will be called by the Associate Dean of the School of Library and Information Sciences, Dr. Robert Bergen.
Joel Lowe, John Merriweather, Russell Miles, Kimberly Bugg, Sherry Odom, Angela Wilcox, Coronado Davis, Evangela Oates, Karen Carter, Kathy Green, Sloan Akes, Denise Laux, Bobby Inman, Anna Womack, Bhuvaneshwari Ramachandran, Geeta Dave, Tony Bell, Noreen Burton, Courtney Bianca Mack. Carl Leek. And Janet Malliott.
Again, sincere congratulations. You may be seated.
Will the candidates for the Juris Doctorate degree please stand and move to the platform? The names of the candidates will be read by Attorney David Green, Associate Dean of Academic Affairs at the North Carolina Central University School of Law.
Nancy R. McIntyre. Poquiso Young.
Congratulations. Please be seated.
Baccalaureate degrees will now be conferred. Dr. Beverly Washington Jones, please come forward.
Chancellor Ammons, it is my pleasure to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for degrees by successfully completing curricula offered by the college and the several schools at North Carolina Central University and have been recommended by the faculty and Board of Trustees and certified by the registrar to be awarded the appropriate bachelor degrees. With the summa cum laude candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Human Sciences, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Arts degree in Elementary Education and Middle Grades Education, Bachelors of Business Administration. Please stand and remain standing. Would the magna cum laude candidates in those same disciplines stand and remain standing? Would the cum laude candidates in those same disciplines stand and remain standing? Would all other candidates for the same degree please stand and remain standing? Chancellor Ammons, it is with pleasure that I present to you these candidates who have successfully completed all the requirements for graduation in their respected undergraduate academic programs.
Upon the recommendation of the undergraduate faculty of the respective schools and college of the university, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of North Carolina Central University and by the Board of Governors of the University of North Carolina, I do hereby confer upon each of you the degree for which you have qualified, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. Congratulations, and please be seated.
The associate deans or designated persons will call the names of candidates for baccalaureate degrees.
Will the candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Science in Human Sciences, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Arts in Social Work, and Bachelor of Music in the College of Arts and Sciences, please stand. Please move to the platform. Associate Dean Linda Norflet and Ms. Minnie Fort will call the names of the students.
Rochelle Newton. Teresa R. Dover. Michelle E. Verbruggen. Adrian M. Jones. Derek W. Hicks. Thomas B. Burke. Natasha Lofton. Chantel Winston. Tiffany Smith. Lakeisha Jones. Tyrone James. Heather Fowler. Jarinda Williams. Craig Pierce. Betty Brown Cobb. Esteria J. Woods White. Quinta T. Slade. Yolanda Morris. Crystal St. Clair, Jamie K. Solomon, Monique Daniels, Asia Brown, Brandon Hanner, Calvin Holloway, George Ezepe, Robert B. Herring III, Amber Bergen, Ashley Surgeon, Marlon Holloway, Onyema Ase, Andre Mills, Carnetta Thomas, Edgar Gazy, Marquita Wood, James Herndon, Karen Johnson, Tasha Thomas, Francella Evans, Frederica Lachey Matthews, Kia Lillian Hayes, Ashley Hicks, Katrina Kennedy, Kiyanda Miller, Cherie Hopper, Pauline Cole Sneed, Rhonda Dickens, Harold Hubbard, Marcus Nevius, Jason Brayboy, Keith Johnson, Demond Rolak, Marcus Jones, Maria D. Baldwin, Theodore Pearson, Ashley Weaver, Julius Jones, James Rashad Freeman, Wesley Paul, Vernon Perry, Terry Jones, Brian Mason, Leonardo Williams, Philip Foster, Adrian Wyrick,
Starlette Brown, Aki J. Dawson, Andrea D. Brockman, give her a hush. Marquita C. Vick, Temple J. Cunningham, Jasmine Crow, Tanika D. Terry, Trinita S. Townsend, Delilah R. Stewart, LaToya L. Fuller, Shamika D. Andrews. Austin L. Hogan. Tiffany M. Yarborough. Sarita A. Dagil. Stephen R. Westbrook. LaSasha T. Harvin. Andrea S. Benjamin. Taisha Cordero. T-Clay L. Bridges. Marvin Reed. Danielle J. Howard. Siobhan Johnson. Siobhan Q. Ferguson. Twanice Holden. Shauna L. Saunders. Shalana V. Morgan. Lois O. Stanfield. Tanya M. Davis. Kelly D. Edwards. Natsumi Fukuchichu. Laura D. Broderick. Jermaine F. Hall. Joseph C. Frazier. Habibatu B. Sharif. Abimbola B. Fajobi. Roxy C. Gibson. Patrice L. Cave. Tammy M. Collier. Tamara R. Spivey. Olubukola T. Banjoko. Crystal L. Minor. Cheryl J. Williams. Shamika L. Neville. Everett L. Golston Jr. Peter E. Mason Jr. Nicole L. Smasham. Letitia A. Boone. Alfred Miller. Ternisha D. Charleston. LaTiffany D. N. Taylor. Tiffany M. Johnson. LaToya A. Jones. Tennille R. Willens. Lakeisha R. Galloway. Tiffany T. Freeman. Sharif H. Kriesman. Darvin R. McLean. Cheryl T. Davis Dukes. Nicole Elizabeth Fullwood. LaShavia V. Floyd. Audrey L. Foster. Dana M. Wilkins. Michael H. Taylor. Harditoye Hardikumbi. Mandy Blackburn. Stephanie V. Colvin. Harmon S. Bailey III. Stacy V. Vick. Crystal L. Mims. Roy A. McCoy. Stephanie N. Wiggins. Tori M. Hardy. Kimberly D. Dedman. Lakila R. Whitaker. Valerie D. Alston. Chloe M. Ellis. Letitia M. Best. Felicia R. Hamilton. Shanae L. Bryant. Hilary Michael. Kofi A. McNeil. Antoine R. Henderson. Jamisa A. Staten. Nikki T. Benston. Unica Harmon. Amaya K. Markham. Shanika Eldridge. LaShonda R. Morrissey. Ronix G. Owens. Take it down. Alicia X. Nicholson. Eugenia D. Aldridge. Katrina E. Hunter. Shannon S. Boney. Ashley H. McNeil. Takira L. Murphy. Simone A. Donaldson. Emmanuel Richardson Jr. Lacina J. Clayton. Louis A. George Jr. Sean D. Williams. Lazarus R. Butler. Erica N. Bailey. Chanel McLam. Kimberly Digsby. Alexia A. Dillard. Calvin L. Reed. Andrew E. Harris. Brett E. Collins. Misty L. Green. Valentine M. Busogi. Glennis D. Green. Regina W. Evans. Natasha J. Ortain. Clifton M. Robinson.
Congratulations. Please be seated.
Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Business Administration, will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Business in Accounting, Bachelor of Science in Computer Information Systems, and Bachelor of Hospitality and Tourist Administration please stand and move to the podium? Dr. Mary Phillips will call the names of the students.
Teresa Dung. Thomas Brown. Sonia Davis. Yanetta Keith. DeAndrea Williams. Michelle McElwain. Gerald Matkins. Tiffany Graham. Lauren Edwards. Renata Miller. Tanya Medina. Saeed Dawizada. Adrian Garad. Jonathan Leake. Belindia Mormon Smith. LaDanya Wicker. Randy Farmer. Sherry Carter. Jennifer Perry. Ashana Coleman. John Monroe. Adrian Tucker. Michael Rhodes. Alicia Michelle Telefair. Trixie Matthews. Rashonda McElwain. Ruben Afia. Tamika Harris. Fumaleo Bangjoko. Delia Farrell. Crystal Taylor. Tori Galloway. Gilda Suter. Athemus A.J. Jenkins. Tiffany Green. Ashley Adams. Lawana Booker. Joycelyn Saunders. Joseph Jones. LaShawn Powell. Gerald S. Costin, Jr. April Collier. Takesia Thornton, Jeffrey A. Davidson, Clarence A. Parker, Carmen M. Rice, Dabong Atta, Stacy V. Hunley, Jamal Livin, Joe Stevens, James C. McNeil Jr., Clarence J. Wilson, Britton E. Bannister, Juan Tyree Perkins, Dakina A. Jones, Danielle D. Hurst, Shawanda R. Wilkins, Kyvie Brown,
Congratulations. Please be seated.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Elementary Education and the Bachelor of Arts in Middle Grades Education please stand and move to the platform? The names will be called by Dr. Sharon Spencer, the Assistant Dean and Director of Teacher Education.
Evelyn B. Hallen, Megan C. Parrish, Phyllis H. Taylor, Sylvia L. Patterson, Donette T. Freeman, Christina Morgan, April Sharon Delcor, Dalita Lacole Woods, Nishonda Valencia Pendleton, Stephen Dwayne Harrison, Mitchell Edward Caraway,
Congratulations. You may be seated.
Congratulations to all of our graduates.
Would all first-degree graduates please stand? All first-degree graduates, please stand. Would all graduates who have received the first degree at this exercise symbolize this recognition by turning your tassel from the right side to the left? Congratulations. Please be seated.
And now I am going to ask Mr. Richard Smith, Vice President of the NCCU National Alumni Association, who will represent Mr. Melvin White, President of the Association, to come now and conduct the induction ceremony.
Chancellor Ammons, ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2005, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the National Alumni Association of North Carolina Central University, I proudly invite you to membership in the association with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. The Pledge of Allegiance for your induction into the Alumni Association is found on the next to the last page of your program. Please stand and read it with me. I also ask that all alumni present, if you're able to stand, please stand with us. Repeat with us to renew your pledge to our Alumni Association. And if you would, repeat after me. I hereby solemnly pledge unbroken allegiance to my alma mater in appreciation for the opportunities for the development afforded me as a student at North Carolina Central University. I pledge active membership in the Alumni Association wherever I may be. Through association with fellow alumni, I shall ever do my best to uphold the ideals and traditions of my alma mater. I pledge as a citizen to exemplify the high ideals thus implied, seeking truth always, rendering positive service to community, state and nation, and so to live as ever to bring honor and respect to my alma mater. Congratulations, class of 2005. I would also add that you've been provided a gift from the National Alumni Association, a nice tote bag with some items inside. You are given 1-year membership free for the National Association. We please ask that you join a local chapter wherever you may reside. Find a local chapter, get into the network of who we are and what we do. Be a part of our association, and we hope to see you again soon and very often. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Richard. You may now be seated. First, I want to say is that we are all so very proud of you, the class of 2005. You have been given an opportunity of a lifetime. Make the most of it. Go out and change the world. To the parents, families, and supporters of the graduating class, I must say that you have made the best investment that there is for your child or loved ones, a college education. Each of you in the graduating class has been given the tools to achieve an existence that neither my generation nor any that preceded it could have even remotely imagined as we began our life's work. Never forget that the class of 2005 has the ability to shape history. Your success in life and the success of our country are going to depend upon the integrity and the strength of character that you and your classmates will continue to develop and demonstrate over the years ahead. Perhaps the greatest lesson you learned at North Carolina Central University is the importance of truth and service. The search for truth is always a noble path, and there is no higher calling than to give of yourself to your fellow man. As you leave here with your wings and diploma, and as a graduate of the first public liberal arts university for African Americans, the attitude that you take with you concerning your alma mater will determine to a large extent the quality of life that you will share within and outside of your profession. So regardless of the minor difficulties which you may have shared as a student, learn to increasingly develop a deep-seated love for NCCU. For indeed, you can never escape its impact. Wherever you go and whatever heights you may rise, the mark of NCCU will always be indelibly imprinted upon you. So always remember that you did not arrive at this high water mark in life alone, and that no man is an island unto himself. Rather, you are where you are today because of the love and sacrifice of parents, guardians, spouses, who gave you the moral and financial support necessary to complete your degree programs. You are where you are because of competent and dedicated faculty who guided you through the classroom and laboratory activities and brought you to this point in life. You are also indebted to an aggressive and effective administration at NCCU, which consistently fought for fiscal and physical resources to provide for you a quality education and a framework of excellence. Yes, NCCU is your academic family, and I implore each of you to express your love for your academic family. Now I can hear you asking, how can I express my love for NCCU? Let me tell you the ways. You do so first by uplifting its image as you perform quality service in your workplace, or as you speak about the university in both public and private places. You do so by encouraging other young sisters and brothers, cousins and friends to enroll at NCCU and follow in the path that brought you to this point. You do so by joining the Alumni Association, by paying your dues and making periodic contributions to the university. You do so by merely being a proud eagle, whose demeanor will always say, I am so glad I'm from NCCU. So to the class of 2005, I offer you all my congratulations and wish you success in your chosen fields. Remember, as you go out into the world, that an eagle is no common, ordinary barnyard fowl. Congratulations.
May the grace of God continue to be with us. May the peace that passeth all understanding abideth in us. And now as we leave this place, may we go forth prepared, equipped, and ready to serve this present age, our calling to fulfill. Amen.
Chancellor Ammons, with your permission, I declare our 106th commencement exercise closed.